In 1844, 50 souls ventured beyond the edge of the American frontier, daring what many thought impossible. This is the untold saga of the Stephens-Townsend-Murphy Party, first to conquer the Sierra Nevada with wagons, opening the gateway to California. With hope as their compass, the party set out along the Oregon Trail, following the Platte River across the Great Prairies. On June 20th, they reached Fort Laramie in present-day Wyoming. From there, the path led up the Sweetwater River and, at South Pass, across the Continental Divide. But it was Sublet's cutoff, a shortcut to save time, that nearly cost them everything. For 2 days, oxen and people went without water, nearing disaster before finally reaching the Green River. On July 4th, at Independence Rock, pioneer Mary Murphy Miller went into labor. She named her newborn Ellen Independence Miller, a symbol of hope and perseverance. Their numbers grew even as the hardships mounted. The party pressed westward into Nevada, past the ghostly ruts of those who tried and failed before them. The Humboldt River carved a monotonous trail through the alkali desert. The 40-mile desert, lethal to men and beasts, would test their endurance. By October, winter threatened at the Truckee River Divide. The travelers split into 3 groups. The horseback party, led bravely by frail Elizabeth Townsend, and young Ellen Murphy and her 2 brothers, John and Daniel, rode south, discovering the blue expanse of Lake Tahoe. The main wagon party pushed toward the Sierra summit with 5 wagons. The guard party, including Moses Schallenberger and 2 others, stayed behind with the remaining 6 wagons. The summit loomed, a 10-foot granite ledge blocking their way. Snow fell, nerves frayed, and disaster seemed certain. Captain Stevens then declared a divine vision, a narrow crevice. Through grit and teamwork, oxen pulling from above, men pushing from below, they forced their wagons over the summit. On November 25, 1844, history was made. For the first time, wagons crested the Sierra Nevada. For young Moses Schallenberger, fate dealt a harsher test. Left to winter alone at Donner Lake, he survived by trapping foxes and coyotes, and read Dr. Townsend's books aloud, yearning for sound to break the oppressive silence. Rescue came at last in February, with daring rescue and arrival of Dennis Martin. Yet rescue for the women and children who remained all winter at Survivor Camp on the Yuba River near Big Bend was delayed, not by snow, but by the politics of California. John Sutter swept the newly arrived men into a military expedition against Mexican authorities. Their families still stranded, the men struggled between duty and survival in a land not yet American. On March 1, 1845, the last survivors trudged from the snows into the green of the Sacramento Valley. 50 became 52, as another baby had been born, Elizabeth Yuba Murphy. Each a living testament to endurance. No deaths, no defeat. The trail blazed behind them would guide countless future immigrants. Their glory, however, was overshadowed by the tragedy of the Donner Party 2 years later. Yet the Stephens-Townsend-Murphy achievement was far more significant. They proved wagons could cross the Sierra Nevada and opened California to overland migration. Their ordeal defined the crucial window of opportunity, demanding summit crossings before late October, and highlighted the vital importance of leadership and group unity. Martin Murphy and his family founded ranches in the Santa Clara Valley. The city of Sunnyvale now sits on their land. Daniel and John Murphy struck gold, their names immortalized in the town of Murphys. Dr. John and Elizabeth Townsend became California's first licensed physician, giving their lives, treating cholera. Moses Schallenberger, once an orphan, raised Townsend's orphan son, and lived into the 20th century in San Jose. Elisha Stephens, quietly bitter, faded into obscurity, until in 1994, a Sierra Peak was renamed for the man who led them all. The journey is forgotten no more. The Stephens-Townsend-Murphy Party stands as a beacon of human determination. Pioneers whose leadership, sacrifice, and unity opened the American West. Their legacy endures in the valleys, cities, and families of California, and in the spirit of those who still seek adventure beyond the horizon.